All right. So we got AEW and NXT to talk about. AEW starts with the Young Bucks versus Top Flight. The Young Bucks win. Top Flight looked great. So it's cool. Alex Shelley tweeted that he wants to do Young Bucks versus Motor City versus Top Flight in either AEW or Impact Wrestling. So I'd like to see it because Top Flight and Young Bucks have never, no, Top Flight and Motor City Machine Guns have never had a match together. I thought on commentary that they said they did, but no, they just grew up watching them. So yeah. Orange Cassidy versus Kip Sabian. Kip Sabian, did Kip win? Orange Cassidy locked in a neat pin combo for the win. Okay, yeah. Orange Cassidy wins. Sorry. And then Miro comes down and attacks him. So eventually we're gonna get that tag match with Miro and Kip versus the Best Friends. I don't know when it's gonna happen. Probably December 2nd, just like the world title match. Speaking of, Kenny Omega came out and signed the contract, and we got a camera back there with Moxley, and he was laid out. I don't know who laid him out. Maybe Lance Archer? Could have been. Yeah. Pac versus the Blade. Pac wins. Match was good. The last two parts of the match was Pac doing a shooting star press into the Brutalizer, which is basically the Batista bite. Yeah, so he didn't have to hit the black arrow for the win. He just tapped him out. So there you go. The Death Triangle's back together. We did our rundown. We did our rundown at the end of the segment. Eddie Kingston, Butcher, and Blade are going to fight. Eddie Kingston, Butcher, and Blade are going to fight Pac, Penta, and Phoenix. So we had Serena Deeb versus Thunder Rosa. Serena Deeb wins, and Thunder Rosa gets attacked by Britt Baker during the match. So you would think, oh, she got attacked, so that's going to lead to the finish, right? But no, it didn't. So, yeah. Brian Cage and Ricky Starks versus Cody and Darby. Cody and Darby lose. Darby losing as the new TNT champion. Probably not the best thing. But anyway, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks win. Brian Cage pinned the TNT champion. So, yeah. Let me go to NXT real quick. Jesus. Where's this? There you go. Johnny Gargano versus Leon Ruff. Leon Ruff wins. No, sorry. Johnny wins via DQ. Leon Ruff still champion. Later, we get Leon Ruff in the ring, brawling with both of them. So we're going to get a triple threat next week. Leon Ruff, Johnny Gargano, and Damian Priest. The match was good, by the way. Cameron Grimes and Dexter Lumis in a blindfold match. The match got thrown out, essentially, because the ref got attacked, and they just, Cameron Grimes ran away from Dexter Lumis after they both took their blindfolds off, so I don't know. That was what it was, I guess. Candice and Indy Hartwell versus Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. Candice and Indy Hartwell win. Next, we get Shotzi on screen telling Candice you better be ready for war. War Games team. Candice, Indy Hartwell, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez versus Shotzi. It's probably going to be Shotzi, Tony, Shotzi, Tony, Ember, and Rhea Ripley. and Io's probably going to defend the championship against someone. Kushida versus Arturo Rojas. Kushida wins with a what was essentially a roll up. Not a roll up. He did a bridge pin. So Arturo Rojas had him in a submission, and then he bridged over and pinned. So yeah, Arturo Rojas protected in the loss. Still lost, obviously, but protected. Tony and Ember Moon versus Dakota and Raquel. You would, oh yes, Storm and Ember Moon win. Yeah, then they got attacked by the aforementioned heels that I just talked about, Candice and Indy Hartwell. Timothy Thatcher versus August Gray. Timothy Thatcher wins via submission. Tommaso comes out there and basically Thatcher's like, I don't have a problem with you. And Tommaso goes backstage and he's like, I want to fight Timothy Thatcher. So we'll probably get that match next week. Io versus Rhea. Io wins, as I pretty much expected her to. Like, I don't see her just losing it on TV just randomly. So yeah, Finn comes back. McAfee and his boys come out there. Then Undisputed Era come back and they start brawling. So that's another War Games match. Undisputed Era versus McAfee, Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, and Oni Lorcan. So yeah, so that's everything. See you guys next time for more. Jesus, whose outro is that? Somebody's. Anyways, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I just stole somebody's outro. Anyways, see you guys.